All right, coming up next, we get to this welterweight bout between Nate Diaz and the last style bender, Israel Adesanya. All right, so here he is, the undefeated Israel Adesanya, his crowning achievement, at least to this point in time, UFC 236, a monumental unanimous decision win over Kelvin Gastelum in what was one of the best title fights you or I have ever seen.
One of the greatest fights of all time. And to watch Israel Adesanya go out in round 5 when the fight is on the line and have his very best round of the fight was inspiring for anyone that likes mixed martial arts. If you're a fan of a young guy like Israel, to see him do that, to earn that title, is very, very assuring as he's getting ready to go forward in his career. To achieve that goal in such a short amount of time is truly, truly unheard of.
Well, enjoy him while he's here, folks, because you never know if this will be the last time we see Nate Diaz in the UFC with a fan base really as big as any fighter in the sport. Diaz is back tonight, and we're glad to see him.
Stockton, stand up. This guy has a cult following. He is one of the most interesting guys in the UFC because he has this sense that he really doesn't care to be here, but he also doesn't feel as comfortable anywhere but in the octagon. So it's a love-hate relationship with fighting for Nate Diaz. When he's happiest, when he's best, he's fighting in the UFC. A guy that boxes, unbelievable, but I think it's the attitude of Nate Diaz that has made him into one of the biggest stars that we've ever seen in the octagon.
He had a couple of life-changing paydays against Conor McGregor, the win at UFC 196, the majority decision loss at UFC 202.
Which to this day he says he won, right?
He thinks he won that fight. But one thing goes without saying, and I'll say it anyway, when Nate Diaz fights, the world is watching, and that is the case yet again here tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. And when the action begins, our referee in charge of the octagon, Dan Mergliata. And now, this is the moment UFC fans around the world have been waiting for. Live from the sold-out United Center in Chicago, Illinois. It's time! 5 rounds in the UFC welterweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a mixed martial artist, holding a professional record of 21 wins, 1 loss. He stands 6 feet 4 inches tall, weighing in at 185 pounds. Israel, the last style bender, Adesanya. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a jiu-jitsu fighter, holding a professional record of 21 wins, 13 losses. He stands 6 feet tall, weighing in at 155 pounds. Fighting out of Stockton, California, he is an Ultimate Fighter season winner, Nate Diaz!
All right, commit to the rules in the locker room. I want you to obey my commands at all times, protect yourself at all times. I want a nice, clean, safe fight. Touch gloves, surround your corners, come out fighting.
The fighters touch him up.
You ready?
All right, so here we go with round 1, and on one side, clearly the more well-rounded fighter, yet when we sat down with him on Thursday, first words out of his mouth, he ain't gonna submit me, I'm gonna try to take him down.
Oh my goodness, you laugh just like that, because you know how much of a joke this is. You wanna avoid the grappling with this guy at all costs. I know he has bravado, I know he has a big ego, but it would benefit him to fight this fight and make it as easy as possible. Beautiful kick.
Well, no problem getting inside to land that straight punch. He's got a huge edge and reach, and he made good use of it there. Oh, beautiful jab from Nate Diaz. If he gets that weapon going early, could be trouble.
Yeah, he starts touching you with the jab over and over again, and then when he starts to let that right hand fly, you start to see real big reactions from his opponent.
That jab is fast. Look at that jab.
Well, a lot of people think he might have the best jab in this division, certainly using it effectively here.
I mean, one of the best jabs in the world across all combat sports. The way that it just comes out, it's beautiful. The backside hand is always at the chin. The elbows tucked to the ribs. The jab goes out. The jab comes right back to the face. It's picture-perfect technique, almost like a Taibo class or something like that.
Looking to land the right just out of range. Oh, how about it? Huge kick landed. Oh!
And landing some nasty strikes.
Oh, spinning back fist. He didn't telegraph that one at all. Looks like his leg is hurt here. You can even see him limping a little bit. Nice counter punch there as he continues to make good use of this advantage and reach. Pretty strong jab there by Adesanya. In-fight numbers for you now. 29 total strikes have already landed for Nate Diaz. Oh, beautiful strike there by Israel Adesanya. He's got a lifetime in the game. Not a lifetime in the UFC, but you see, this is a lifelong striker who is very dangerous with all limbs.
Yeah, and when you're standing with Izzy, you're in trouble, man. You're under constant attack the whole time because you never know what he's going to hit you with. And right there, he lands the strike that he was looking for.
Mixes it up nicely in terms of staying heavy and also staying active. Well, he's been good tonight, but he missed with that one.
Big body kick lands.
Going to the body now with that hook shot. Nicely done by Adesanya. Ooh, found a home for that knee. Just over 2 minutes now to go. He's able to slip the left. Nice punch there by Adesanya. Glancing right hand lands upstairs. Adesanya's shot there is blocked.
Big
that one appeared to stun him.
What a fantastic strike to throw at the exact right moment. He deserves this moment. Go finish this fight.
Oh, he might be out. Really making good use of his reach advantage there with that punch. Swing and a miss by Diaz. Pinpoint accuracy on the kick there by Adesanya. It's just hard to know what's coming, and there's no stopping this.
I mean, there's no stopping, there's no tell. He's just at a different level when you're standing on the feet of Israel Adesanya. He's the last style bender. He's a character. He just has it, man. He's that guy that gets people to tune in.
Good series of strikes for him there, staying busy and staying accurate.
I mean, the accuracy is unbelievable. Good stick.
So he's really starting to put together some significant body shots here. These are going to take their toll as this fight goes on. Switching stances here. Oh, good opportunity to do damage here. He's got that tie clinch. All right, so a nice straight punch there after he caught the leg. He decides to punch out as opposed to going for any takedown. Man, striking class is in session. Beautiful punch there.
Great job landing. What a damaging punch.
Oh, vicious kick to the outside of that lead leg. You got to start checking these, man.
You got to check these kicks, or you're going to be limping around the octagon very short.
Check yourself before you wreck yourself. All right, so there's the end of the round. He stayed committed to doing damage upstairs and landed a seminal blow in that round.
It was accumulation of those strikes. He kept hitting him over and over to the head. Eventually, he found the one that really did damage his opponent.
Ourselves a fight here. All right, we knew And just like that, here we go with round two. Nate Diaz. And on the other side, Israel Adesanya. Slips the punch. Oh, lands a stiff punch there. Nice connection.
Oh, nice land.
Beautiful hand skills here. The right, then the left.
Big kick land.
Well, he's doing a nice job here blocking these shots. The chin is tucked, the hands are high. Pretty good job defensively thus far.
Great job defensively. He's seeing everything coming.
Adesanya's lower jaw does not look good. I don't think it's broken, but starting to show some obvious signs of swelling. Oh, he lands another strike to the body, really starting to connect on a lot of shots to the midsection, and these will take their toll as this fight goes into the latter rounds. Flush right hand is true. Slips that left hand. Uppercut attempt here. Nice job defensively there by Diaz.
Oh, that's a nice strike. Look at him chopping the wood. Chop the wood with those legs.
Lands the left punch now, followed by a right. Oh, he's got that right hand going tonight, DC. Connected with it there.
He's thrown so many left jabs to throw that right punch straight down the pipe. It's unreal.
All right, so he connects with another punch there, kind of targeting that cut, I think.
I mean, when you get a cut on your opponent and you see it and it's pouring blood, you continue to attack it. Every time you land, you can see that it splits it a little bit more. Great job finding that weakness and really taking advantage of it.
Well, you saw his reference in the tail of the tape, DC. He's got the reach advantage and certainly made good use of it there in landing that jab.
Big punch land.
Well, showing no signs of slowing down, and 87 total strikes have now landed for the last style bender, Israel Adesanya. And landing with just 39% accuracy tonight against Nate Diaz. Oh, just missed on the overhand right. Well, he's certainly keeping busy, DC, connecting with most of the punches he's thrown.
I mean, punches in bunches. He's doing a great job.
Well, he has really picked up the pace here in round two. Much more aggressive than we saw in round one, and now starting to find himself in the pocket. Well, that left hand has been there at times, not on that attempt.
Look at the whip action that comes from this throw that kick. Big leg kick lands. It's a good right hand right there.
Oh, significant strike attempt there, but a huge block. Stuffs the takedown there. How good is his takedown defense? Oh, and he lands a punch there. Good connection by him on that.
Great connect, so fast, so accurate. And watch the ability to land anywhere.
Nicely done there to keep his hands up and block that strike. He's got to protect that cut if he wants to keep the doctor out.
He's got to protect the cut, John, but he's also got to be very aware, because if he's got a smart opponent's going to start finding the body now, because he knows the hands are really high to try to protect that cut.
Adesanya gets caught by the straight punch. And he continues to work the body here.
Punch over the top.
Well, DC, headgear's not allowed, but he has raised the hands, and he's doing a nice job protecting the dome.
He's doing a great job of blocking his head. A lot of times, those shots to the head will knock you out. Not this time. This guy's making sure nothing lands.
Israel Adesanya gets hit by that kick to the midsection. You got to do better defensively. Oh, that straight punch was useful, champ.
Multiple times, he's used this punch to get to the target.
Oh, big right hand, yes. Just missed with that right hand. 30 seconds now to go in the round. Diaz gets caught with that punch. Oh, he just continues to pour it on. He has been aggressive all night long with his striking. Got to be careful here to not empty the gas tank. So far, so good, though, in this round.
Way to hide that leg kick.
Adesanya's lower jaw is extremely swollen now. All right, he closes the distance, gets the single collar tie. 10 minutes in the books. All right, let's check out some of the action, DC. What a display of just sheer punching in that last round.
I mean, he looks like a boxer. He looks like a professional boxer out there, throwing and stringing those combinations together. He landed those big punches over and over again, and it was this one right here that really did change the tide of the round.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
Third round underway. Double jab there by Adesanya. Oh!
He needs to start looking. He's so bad.
Well, not only has he stayed aggressive as he was in the previous round, landing a high volume of strikes, but he's also been efficient, not just with his strikes, but also with his body movement. Complete performance out of this fighter here tonight.
Very tricky when he throws that body kick. Oh, big punch lands. It's such a fast leg kick.
Oh man, it ain't Dikembe Mutombo, but he is blocking all these shots coming his way.
Man, get that out of here. He sees it coming. You're gonna have to mix it up.
Shake that finger.
Shake that finger. Ooh, head kick lands. He hurts.
135 total strikes.
He's in trouble. He's hurt bad. Oh, those are no,
Oh, high-level defense there. The hook shot is blocked by Diaz.
Oh, he got him real good, too.
How about that shin? Oh, continuing to work the body to great effect. Slips the left hand. Trying to establish that jab once again. All right, so a good job defensively by him here as he raises the guard and prevents any damage.
Shades of James Toney. Always seeing things coming at him. He's such a great defensive fighter. Good punch.
Under 3 minutes now to go in the round. Wow, that right punch has been the money weapon for him tonight, and he landed it again there.
If his opponent does not change something, he will continue to throw the strike until he makes him stop throwing.
And both guys really throwing with authority.
Beautiful strike.
Diaz gets hit by that leg kick. You may want to start checking some of these. Much improved defensively as he blocks the shot. Counters there with a jab to the head. Must be nice to have a reach advantage like this. Oh, and he lands yet another flush knee. That's going to leave a mark. And again, when you're using this length as effectively as he is here tonight, we might get a finish here in the not-too-distant future.
Look at him drive his shin into his opponent's body with that body kick.
Lands with the kick there. No pad on that foot.
No shin guard. He's taking all of that kick every time he throws it.
All right, so a good job by him here. He continues to block these shots. Seems to see them coming a mile away.
He sees them coming a mile away, and he's blocking, he's rolling, and slipping. He's doing a great job.
Oh, such a natural jab, and there it is again as he gets the hand right to the target.
I mean, right to the target, John. It's like the dude sitting there with a red target on his nose, just getting beat up, hitting bullseye after bullseye after bullseye. I love his ability to feint once and then throw that jab right behind it. It's nasty. He has a commitment to kicking tonight, and it shows.
Uppercut to the head. Instead, it's blocked by Adesanya.
Ooh, big shot lands. Real nice body kick lands.
Israel Adesanya gets tattooed by that straight punch. All right, 45 seconds now to go in the round. flips to avoid the right. Oh, nice jab by him there, and I guess on the other side, hard to get your offense going when your head keeps getting snapped back like a Pez dispenser.
Every time he tries to go forward and use his own offense, the jab is stopping him in his tracks. He's doing a great job of fighting behind him.
Adesanya gets caught with that punch. Not the easiest guy in the world to hit, but he got caught there. And that one certainly found the target. There's the kick, it's blocked. All right, well, that's the end of the round, so the location is okay, the cut on the cheek, but that is some serious blood trickling out of that cut there. You got to think maybe at some point they call the doctor in, and if he doesn't like what he sees, maybe they stop this fight. All right, so there is the horn. At times in that previous round, I didn't think we'd get here after that head kick nearly had him out of there.
It was a good round leading up to that, but when you take a head kick like that, when your opponent gets your entire body into that kick, usually the night's over. Very tough to still be standing, but he can't take many more like that.
All right, next round is underway. You know these are two of the more conditioned fighters on the roster, so cardio is not going to be an issue here. And for some fighters, you know, you can have one of those adrenaline dumps or the cardio abandons you on fight night. Not the case for these two guys. Both look very fresh as we start this next round. Oh, he might be in trouble here after that big diving punch.
Yeah, he's mixing it all up.
Oh, he postured up there, gained some valuable separation.
And now the ground and pound starts.
And he's able to work his way back to his feet. Oh, and he connects there. Pretty nice punch there.
Great job finding the range to land those punches.
Well, he has landed some good shots, DC, but really unable to string anything together in terms of solid combinations.
It's because he's not committing to it fully. He throws his jab. He may float a right hand out there, but he's not really sitting down on the right hand. He really doesn't seem to have the intent on landing it. He's got to be confident that it's going to land, and he's got to really throw his whole entire body into those strikes. Look at him whip his hip into that kick.
Hook to the head lands flush there by Diaz.
He's throwing every part of himself into these big leg kicks. Nice punch here.
Pocket presence and punches. Oh!
Dude's hurt. Serve him up. Go get him. Oh, he's hurt.
Oh!
He's hurt bad, John. He's got to press him. He's got to go chase that finish down now.
Nice liver shot, Nunes. And that's going to do it.
Wow! Wow! What a fight!
Again, the winner here was so aggressive with his onslaught. He wanted to make sure he kept the judges out of the equation. Mission accomplished on that front as he gets the TKO victory here tonight. So a big win for him here tonight and a big statement made with that TKO. Let's see how the promotion chooses to matchmake him moving forward. The official decision is in. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Dan Merced has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 43 seconds of round number 4. Declaring the winner by TKO, Israel, the last style bender, Adesanya.
Well, there he is, the man of the hour. And you got to think this dude's going to get a serious Instagram push tonight after the win by TKO.
Oh, he's going to get a massive push because he hurt his opponent and he pressed his foot down on the gas until he got that finish. That was amazing.